Good morning. Here we are at Miss Barr's coffee table. Can you spy 2 old books we've read and 1 new that we haven't read? Is this the one you're checking out? The other day, it was Yoko Learns to Read, and you know, some of the rules for reading match some of the rules for writing. So this book is called Yoko Writes Her Name. All of them by Rosemary Wells. So, do you think Yoko has an easier name to write than you? Yoko writes her name. Here's the end pages. Lots of different pictures. Oh, and some of the friends you've already met. Yoko writes her name. Oh, does that look like how Yoko's name is on the cover? Oh, but that says dog. Does that say dog? Yoko could write her name perfectly. I am so proud, my little snowflower, said Yoko's mom. Does that look like the cover? The next day at school, Mrs. Jenkins asked Yoko's class to write their names. Valerie, Doris, Henry, and Frank's. What does that say? What does that say? Look, boys and girls, said Mrs. Jenkins, how beautifully Yoko writes in Japanese. So, does that say top in Japanese? Olive whispered to Sylvia, Yoko can't write. She's only scribbling. She won't graduate from kindergarten, said Sylvia. There's a CVC word. Same word in Japanese. In the cafeteria, Sylvia and Olive made up a song. 2, 4, 6, 8, who's not going to graduate? That afternoon, Yoko wrote 1, 2, 3 on the blackboard. Mrs. Jenkins gave Yoko a silver star. They're fancy, I just write them for you, don't I? But Olive said to Sylvia, those aren't numbers, those are baby marks. She definitely won't graduate, said Sylvia. Is that the truth, and are they being kind? Oh, what's that one? P-A-T. On the playground, Olive and Sylvia played graduation. Everyone graduated except Yoko. You are going to have to learn to read and write first, Yoko, shouted Olive. Oh, that's not a CVC, but I bet you know what it says. And that's 4 letters and 4 sounds. Look at how it's written in Japanese. It's supper time, but you know what this is. Yoko would not eat her favorite sushi. She wanted to go to bed. Something is wrong with my little snowflower, said Yoko's mother. Yoko could hold it no longer. I am not going to graduate from kindergarten, said Yoko. But it's only the first week of school, said Yoko's mother. Yoko just looked at the moon outside her window. When you were the first week of kindergarten, you knew good things, but you know more good things now. Yoko doesn't understand that yet, does she? Oh. At school, Mrs. Jenkins asked Yoko to share her favorite book with the class. Yoko's favorite book was, we saw this before, The Happy Doll. She turned the pages and told the story. Olive whispered to Sylvia, books go left to right, not right to left. Yoko is only pretending to read, said Sylvia. She'll never make it to first grade, said Olive. Bucket fillers or bucket dippers? box. Box. After school, Angelo found Yoko hiding. "What is the matter, Yoko?" Angela asked. "I will never ever graduate," said Yoko. "My reading and writing are no good." "But you have a secret language," said Angelo. "Will you show me how to write it?" Okay, is Angelo a bucket filler or a bucket dipper? Yoko showed Angelo how to write his name in Japanese. Angelo showed Yoko how to write Yoko in ABCs. Are they making a good team? Oh, look at all these numbers and all these Japanese symbols or letters. And then look at how hard they've been writing and how many things they've been thinking. That's not a CVC word. And decide what it is based on the first letter. I'll show you again. I may not have left it long enough. Angelo taught Yoko to write 1, 2, 3. Yoko showed Angelo how to write Japanese numbers. Together, Angelo and Yoko used all the different color crayons in the crayon box. "I want to write my name in Japanese," said Valerie. "Me too," said Henry and Doris. "Us too," shouted the Franks. On parents' night, Yoko's mother brought in a big Japanese alphabet. "Japanese will be our class's second language," said Mrs. Jenkins. What's that one in English? And Japanese. Japanese writing started to pop up all over the classroom. Look, it's even on shirt. "We shall all learn to write our names in Japanese by graduation time." Only Olive and Sylvia would not try. This says kindergarten class of 20, whatever it is. For us, it would be 2020, wouldn't it? Oh, got to pay attention to the... On graduation day, the whole class wrote their names on their diplomas in 2 languages. But Olive and Sylvia could not be found. "Where are Olive and Sylvia?" asked Mrs. Jenkins. Olive and Sylvia panicked and were hiding in the closet. "We won't graduate," said Olive. "Let's pretend to be sick," said Sylvia. They were telling Yoko she wouldn't graduate. Now they're worried about not graduating. Yoko found them. She showed them how to write their name in Japanese. Olive and Sylvia were just in time to join the graduation march. And here's the graduation march. And also a CVC word and the Japanese word. And they all lived happily ever after. Thanks for reading with me.